I know it's been a long while since I last talked about Jurassic World Rebirth. A long while, over a year. But in my defense, I was finishing up high school. I've taken a couple college classes. I got sick 3 times. I went on another paleo dig in Montana. I went to the Billings production facility. I met Paul Serrano. I've been focusing a lot with art-related stuff, so it's all fine. I watched a bunch of other movies throughout the year, but I figured now would be a good time to make a proper review for Rebirth, since they're apparently making another movie. But anyway, spoilers here and there. They won't be super strong spoilers, but they will be spoilers. So yeah, I just get into it. Yeah, I liked Jurassic World Rebirth. It was not a bad movie. It was honestly pretty enjoyable. There were things I disliked about it, and obviously it's not a perfect movie. No movie is 100% perfect, but I still overall enjoyed it. There were things I did dislike about it, but before we get there, I'm going to start with the things I liked about it. Let's do that first. Overall, the general plot wasn't really that bad. Just go to this island, Isle St. Hubert, to collect the DNA of the 3 largest dinosaurs to make some kind of drug or something that helps with the heart disease or something like that. I forgot exactly what the medicine was for. It's like a somewhat boring plot, especially compared to the other Jurassic World films, but it still fits in universe well enough for me to not overly hate it, and the film takes that storyline decently well. Like they handle it well enough. An issue I have with it is the 3 largest dinosaurs mentioned are... Only one of them is a dinosaur, Titanosaurus. They're going for the largest because, size of the heart or something like that, so okay, in-universe stuff, sure, fair, but Titanosaurus was actually a comparatively small 50-foot-long titanosaur, and it's also highly fragmentary and dubious. Might not actually exist. I've always had the complaint with the Titanosaurus, but in film, I don't mind it. I actually like the Titanosaurus scene. It's nice, it's cute, it's very wholesome. I like the Titanosaurus scene, I just don't like the fact that they used Titanosaurus. And then we got Quetzalcoatlus, which is a pterosaur, and Mosasaurus, which is a mosasaur, squamate reptile, a lizard, literally an ocean lizard. So 2 of them are not dinosaurs, and the paleontologist in the film, Dr. Henry Loomis, calls them dinosaurs. I mean, taxonomically, it's more correct to call Quetzalcoatlus a dinosaur than Mosasaurus, but that's still incorrect. But overall, that's a comparatively minor complaint. Overall, the plot's pretty decent, and the action scenes are great. Once we finally get to Isle St. Hubert, or once we're getting there, the action's fun. The mosasaur scene where it's attacking the boat, like the little sailboat, and then when we're actually chasing it, trying to get the DNA sample, has got to be one of, if not my top favorite scene from this film. It is just so good, and the music that accompanies it is immaculate. Alexander Desplat? I think I'm saying his name right. I've never really heard his name said, but I'm pretty sure that's how you say it. He did such a good job with the score. This is the first time he's worked with Gareth Edwards on a film since Godzilla 2014, which I also really enjoyed. And so that's just a great pairing. And the music is amazing, especially during the mosasaur scene. I love the mosasaur music. And then it very quickly transitions into the Spinosaurus scene with really interesting hypothetical, or yeah, I guess speculative behavior between the Mosasaurus and the 4 Spinosaurus, where they're working together to hunt. Now, of course, Spinosaurus in real life did not actually actively swim in the ocean to hunt, but this behavior is still interesting, especially since Spinosaurus in Kem beds in Africa lived with multiple different kinds of mosasaur, so that's also something, I guess. But yeah, the Spinosaur attack is really cool. The only complaint I have with it is I wish the Spinosaurs went on land. Of course, there's the 5th Spinosaurus that's just hanging out on the beach. But have them continue the chase onto land after the mosasaur can't because the water's too shallow. That would have been fun. Anyway, more or less some just character stuff goes on, and I'm mostly focusing on the major plot points here. So we next get to the Titanosaurus scene, which is pretty, like I said, decently chill and wholesome. Nothing especially noteworthy happens, but it's still fun and nice. And then, comparatively soon after that, there's the T-Rex river sequence. I am jumping around here and there, but I'm just listing all the things I really enjoyed. The T-Rex river sequence has easily got to be the top contender for my favorite scene in this movie, along with the Mosasaurus scenes, the Spinosaurus scene, and Rex River Raft. Rex River Raft was originally used in the Jurassic Park novel, and it does go a little bit different in Rebirth, but it's good enough. It's amazing. Ember, the T-Rex's name, fat, chunky, non-pronated wrists, for the most part. Love it. Love it. Music, once again, I love it. Overall, the Rex River Raft sequence is really fun. It's very enjoyable. I cannot stop glazing this scene and the Mosasaur scene enough. I love them. And the Quetzalcoatl sequence was also pretty fun. Interesting to see the characters get down into the nest to collect DNA from an egg. That was interesting to see. I'm not too sure how the, vial survived the fall, but okay. But, oh wait, no, it didn't. I forgot. They got the parachute launchy things. Cool. I forgot that detail. Red Compsognathus, that's nice. But yeah, Rebirth, fun. And then we get to the Mutodons. I'll just skip to the Mutodons and the Distortus Rex. Mutodons are cool. I like the Mutodons. However, they don't exactly do anything especially noteworthy, as I've seen a couple people online say. The Mutodons basically just took over the role of the Velociraptors from previous films, and that's really true. Like, the grocery store gas station sequence is a nice callback to the original Jurassic Park with the kitchen scene, but the Mutodons don't do anything else really, and they don't get a single kill besides one Velociraptor, and that's the entire time Velociraptor's on screen. Honestly, the film could have gone without Velociraptor, and I don't think anyone would notice or care. Same with Ankylosaurus, actually, but that's not even worth noting, really. Or Dilophosaurus, straight up. That wasn't worth noting either, if I'm being completely honest. But the Distortus Rex, I like the concept of. I like the design, for the general most part. I don't like the execution. Big, bad, scary, failed attempt, 26th attempt at a hybrid between a T-Rex and a sauropod of some kind. And it gets 2, maybe 3 minutes of screen time. And it gets a couple kills. So when it took down the helicopter, I guess that was a cool shot. I enjoyed that in the movie theater. That was a nice shot. But it doesn't do anything. I'd argue the Giganotosaurus in Jurassic World Dominion, or Scar King in Godzilla x Kong: The New Empire. They're supposed to be the big bads, and they're evil and scary and whatnot, and they comparatively don't do a lot in their movies, but they do more than the T-Rex does in Rebirth, and it's supposed to be the big bad of the film that we're supposed to be afraid of. So I wish the T-Rex did more, but overall I don't hate the design. I don't hate a lot about it. And so overall, yeah, I like Rebirth. I honestly don't dislike any of the films, so it's kind of hard for me to rank them once we get past 3 or 4, because I don't dislike any of them. But I'd overall give Rebirth a 6.5 or 7 out of 10. There are things about it that could change, but overall, it's a good film that I like. On to the few things that I dislike. Oh yeah, right. First off, Dolores. Dolores Aqualops. Doesn't really add anything to the plot per se, but still small and cute. I like Dolores. Anyway, on to the few things that I dislike about the film. And they're really nitpicky. The first one being the usage of Titanosaurus, like I said, because it's dubious and fragmentary. Second one being Quetzalcoatlus, not because it's called a dinosaur, but because they messed up the shape of the skull. And now, sure, this is like the InGen Quetz instead of the Biosyn Quetz from Dominion, but like they still got the crest shape wrong. And let's see. Oh, they fixed the Mosasaurus's design from Jurassic World, the previous 3 films. It was okay, but the Rebirth Mosa, based epic design. It is so good. Too big, and they didn't give it a forked tongue, but still good. Spinosaurus, they're okay. Like I said, they're not supposed to be in the ocean. And like the sail shape is slightly wrong, and their skull and neck shape is wrong. But it's okay again. I don't really care. I love the colors. But yeah, those are the rest of the minor complaints. There's not really that many major complaints, except for this was at the very beginning of the film, killing off all non-tropical species. This has got to be the worst decision the Jurassic film series has made. And that's saying something, because although I liked Fallen Kingdom, I liked Dominion. Those aren't like generally as well accepted from what I've heard, but I liked Fallen Kingdom. That's what got me into the Jurassic films. I liked Dominion. It has Giganotosaurus and Pyroraptor. I liked both of those species before. I loved them in the film. And I was super nostalgic memories with Dominion. But Rebirth just completely ruined all of that by killing off all non-tropical species, which doesn't even make sense, because dinosaurs lived around the world for 160 million years on every continent. Now, sure, Antarctica was not how it was not how it is now back then, but dinosaurs did see snow during like the end of the Cretaceous, or like where Tyrannus lived, so like early Cretaceous in China. But dinosaurs would have seen snow. They would have lived in cooler environments. Herrerasaurus from Argentina may have ended up living in a colder, snowy environment, apparently. So the dinosaurs should not be dying off because it's not tropical enough. Second, more reasons that they're dying off has to do with lack of oxygen. I will hold on that. Diseases that they wouldn't have been exposed to, which I can't complain on that one. Sure, that one's decently fair. Different food types, I think, was one. And again, sure, fair. Grass really didn't exist until the very end of the Cretaceous, and like most plants today were much less populous back then. So, and vice versa. So like that works too. But not the temperature thing, and not the lack of oxygen. Prior to a recent paper, I would have said that the dinosaurs did not get big because of the amount of oxygen in the atmosphere, because there was actually less oxygen when they lived than there is today. But back before them, during the Carboniferous period, giant insects and whatnot got big because of the amount of oxygen. But that's not even true. It turns out like Meganeura and Arthropleura and all those big bugs, I guess Arthropleura is a millipede, but all those things got big, not because of the oxygen, but because there was just nothing else on land to hunt them until like the amphibians and reptiles came along, which, okay, fair. But if the bugs weren't affected by the dinosaurs, the amount of oxygen, why would the dinosaurs be? I do not like that. And further, Rebirth is the first film in the franchise to jump into the future that takes place in 2027. If that's the case, why did it take 5 years of the dinosaurs perfectly being fine everywhere on Earth after Dominion? Why did it take 5 years for them to just be like, oh, it's not tropical, oh, there's the oxygen, and just die off? I don't like that at all. I had this all edited and uploaded, and then I remembered this. Of course, that's how it goes, but throwing it in here now. So, say what you will about Jurassic World Dominion, it did something huge for the franchise by adding feathered dinosaurs with Pyroraptor and Therizinosaurus, and yes, it's not a dinosaur, but Quetzalcoatlus. And back when I made my first Jurassic World Rebirth video, I said that there were rumors about a feathered Velociraptor, which would have been super cool if it was even in the film. Like, again, they're basically not in Rebirth whatsoever. The story would not change if they were removed. But Gareth Edwards, the director, said feathered dinosaurs, more or less anyway, feathered dinosaurs are not scary. And so he didn't make any of the dinosaurs feathered. And now, say what you will about Primitive War. I haven't seen it, so say what you will. And I know the end of Oak Street is coming up, and it's also got feathered dinosaurs. But I'm not big into paleo horror media. I don't find it scary. I usually find it, like, not over the top, but like it's trying too hard to be scary, if that makes sense. But feathered dinosaurs can absolutely be scary. Cassowary. Like, straight up a cassowary, or an ostrich, or an emu. Scary feathered dinosaurs. So I'm really super disappointed with the lack of feathered dinosaurs, and the fact that the Anurognathus, I forgot to bring this guys up with the Quetzalcoatlus, but the Anurognathus, they're just green flying frogs. No, they're supposed to be, like, cute and fuzzy and, like, little guys, but the Jurassic World Rebirth Anurognathus just looks like a green frog. But we did get Dunkleosteus, even if it is just a head. We did get Dunkleosteus, which is cool, and it appears that... No, not appears. It is confirmed that Mattel is making Dunkleosteus, and they did coincide, or they're following the Great Dunk Shrunkening of 2023, and it's a smaller-sized figure, so that's good. Anyway, yeah, that's it, really. On to the rest of this. I'll change my rating from, what, I said, like, 6.5 or 7. I'll change it to about 6.3 or 6.4. I don't hate it. I just rethought about some things, and yeah, I think 6.3 or 0.4 works better. It's just not my, like, absolute top pick out of the entire franchise. Those are my biggest complaints with Rebirth. So, everything else about the film I mostly enjoyed. Couple other minor complaints with the characters and whatnot, but overall, those are my biggest complaints. And honestly, I'm not too sure, like, what else to think. Like, I haven't seen any other of Gareth Edwards' films besides Rebirth and Godzilla 2014. But, like, I've just got to say, any respect for him coming after those films with any new ones he makes. I gotta say, I've lost a bit of respect for him because he supports Gen AI in, like, films and whatnot. But anyway, yeah. Besides those things, Jurassic World Rebirth, I overall like. I may have ranted a little bit on that last part, but overall I like. And so, yeah, that was it. Yeah, and apparently they're making another film. I don't know how they're making another film, because, like, you killed off most non-tropical species. How do you have species to use in a movie? Like, I'm sure it'll be okay, but, like, I could have come up with a better version of Dominion. I probably could, if I wanted to, think of a way to rewrite Rebirth. But as of now, I can't possibly come up with a way to come up with a sequel for Rebirth, and yet they're doing it. Anyway, yeah, that was this. So, as much as I've done a bunch of negative ranting at the end of this year, I do like Rebirth. It's a good film. It's not the best, but I enjoyed it. I would recommend it. And so, yeah, that's all I gotta say for it. What do you think? Do you agree with anything I said? Do you like or dislike anything else about the film? Anyway, I'd like to hear what you have to say, but that's really it for this. See ya.